In the summer of 1587, 117 English men, women, and children established a settlement on Roanoke Island. By 1590, the entire population had disappeared. The search party that eventually returned found the houses dismantled and the site deserted. Carved into a wooden post was a single word, CROATOAN. This lack of physical evidence created a 400-year historical vacuum. Without graves or records to provide answers, wild theories and fabrications eventually rushed in to fill the silence. In 1937, a man named Louis Hammond presented a heavy stone he claimed to have found near the Chowan River. Its surface bore a carved message detailing a series of tragedies and a mass grave. The discovery triggered a massive media response. Driven by cash rewards, locals found more inscribed slabs until 47 stones had materialized, appearing to outline a cross-country death march. By 1941, investigations revealed a coordinated fraud orchestrated by a Georgia stonecutter and a small group of academics. They had attempted to manufacture a specific English origin story for the American identity. While a tragic ghost story provides a clean resolution, the reality of human survival is often more complex. Finding the truth requires sifting through the earth for scientific data. Modern archaeology suggests that a starving population is unlikely to move as one massive, vulnerable target. Instead, they likely implemented a splinter strategy, dividing themselves into smaller groups to better utilize the available resources. This map follows the instructions left by Governor John White, who had directed the colonists to move 50 miles into the mainland if they encountered trouble. That distance leads directly to the Chowan River and modern-day Bertie County. At a location in Bertie County designated Site Y, researchers used ground-penetrating radar to scan the agricultural land. Beneath the surface, they identified 16th-century subterranean anomalies. Excavations revealed Elizabethan ceramics, specifically Surrey, Hampshire borderware. Though the fragments were battered by centuries of plowing, their presence indicates an English domestic site. This concentration of everyday pottery suggests that a small group of colonists successfully established an inland satellite community that persisted for several years. While one group moved inland, another faction likely traveled south to Hatteras Island, the region historically known as CROATOAN. For decades, archaeologists there have been excavating indigenous trash sites, or middens. Within soil layers dating to the mid-17th century, they found 16th century English artifacts mixed directly with local materials. These finds include high-status items like this copper Nuremberg counter, alongside writing slates and rapier handles. In the 16th century, these were valuable tools and status symbols. The presence of these items in mid-17th century layers suggests a gap of nearly 70 years between the colony's disappearance and the objects being discarded. The settlers likely kept and used these tools while living within the indigenous community until the items were finally lost or worn out. If the Roanoke settlers successfully integrated into Native American families, their genetic markers should be detectable in the local population today. The Lost Colony DNA project uses genetic genealogy to test this. Researchers collect samples from families whose roots in the region predate modern records. This inheritance tree shows how scientists follow specific pathways. By analyzing Y DNA from paternal lines and mitochondrial DNA from maternal lines, researchers can cross-reference modern individuals with historic European and native lineages. Biology provides a physical record where written history is absent. It connects the fragmented archaeology of the past to a verifiable map of human movement. These scientific threads, the inland pottery, the curated artifacts in coastal middens, and the emerging DNA profiles form a cohesive picture of the colony's fate. Removing the layers of folklore reveals a story that is less about a sudden disappearance and more about human adaptation. The evidence suggests that when faced with starvation, the colonists split up and relied on established indigenous networks to survive. They survived by becoming part of the people already there. The legacy of the Roanoke settlers is preserved in the Carolina soil and the genetic code of the people who still call this coast home.